understand. We need only reach out and take it, and for that I need you.
Scientific discovery is never so simple as that. Well, tell me more.
Good. I thought I sensed the kindred soul in you, beneath the wasteland veneer. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
Probably radiation, I would say, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll do it.
Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts.
Wow, sounds like you were
typically contain a server room on
going behind their
level
back.
where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Anything else I should know?
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment.
There stands
It's
the
a
grass.
simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course.
Let's see about some other questions.
Oh? What might those be?
Tell me more about the OSI. Yeah, let's talk about that.
The Office of Science and Industry. It's
Okay.
a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but I'm sure I'd bore you. Suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the NCR. Our work focuses on practical matters: medicine, engineering, biology. The dam, for instance. OSI routes its energy supply to our cities in the West. That's only one responsibility of this office.
You said you were the director of the OSI.
Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas in my head. No, I direct our eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have, but I've found some promising leads.
You're doing all of these things yourself?
Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course.
NCR has a food shortage?
Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so.
What other responsibilities does this office have?
We aid some programs the Republic has sponsored involving sharecropper farms in the area. But those haven't panned out too well from what I hear. There have been complaints about the amount of water we're supplying. But those are just excuses for lack of diligence, I'm sure.
Do you control the dam from here?
Directly? No. But we attempt to maximize its output. You have no idea how difficult it is to provide power to an entire nation. I also have high hopes for our Helios 1 facility. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for the two scientists who are
Eddie
working
has
there.
some
So
logs?
far, they've only managed to achieve 1% power output. I'd send help if I could spare the personnel.
What do you think of NCR's chances against Legion?
To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Shu, and I expect him to leave the science to me. Too many people have opinions on things they know nothing about. And the more ignorant they are, the more opinions they have.
Okay.
Yes. Goodbye.
Wow.
Subject E, diagnosis complete. Begin recording. My name is Whitley. I'm a researcher at Adams Air Force Base. Until recently, I was in charge of the Duraframe Reinforcement Project for the combat model iBots.
Didn't know you spoke, Eddie. Let's keep going.
iBot Duraframe Subject E is both the prototype and the last functional model in this test group. I was prepared to make several significant upgrades to the machines. However, as the project was canceled and all Duraframe assets are being diverted to Hellfire armor, I'm sending this model to the Navarro outpost.
Arrow Outpost.
If you're listening to this log from one of our Enclave outposts in Chicago, give this unit whatever repairs it needs so it can continue to Navarro.
What is going on? Playback 1. Okay. Was that part of Eddie's quest? Eddie appears to have some Enclave log data stored that is triggered by some keywords. Doesn't tell us to go anywhere. Okay. Interesting. I think we'll probably go to that vault. Probably both vaults. But especially this vault here. Vault 22. When we have a little bit higher science skill. Because there's probably some good things that we could probably hack in there,
Did
assuming.
Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but... Did he give you a job?
Why so interested?
Not interested. More concerned. It's just... You're not the first person he sent to Vault 22. And I know he'd never tell you.
Community
There were a lot of
grows.
mercs. One after another. None of them came back. Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius, and he didn't mention her? Not even her name?
No.
Or any of the other mercs?
What a name. Thanks for the follow, man. Just thanks. Oh my god. He literally didn't mention anyone else.
But now he's hired you. Which means one of two things. Either he heard back from Keeley, and she failed, or he's given up on her. Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich. Not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc. But I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out. I'll try, but no promises. We'll say that.
That's all I ask. She might even be able to help you. As long as you don't speak too well of Dr. Hildern.
More questions? Find Keeley, a researcher who has gone missing at Vault 22. Okay. Can you tell me anything about Keeley?
Keeley's brilliant. An absolute genius. She plays at being mean, but it's all a front. When you've lived as long as she has, you get defensive around new people. Who wants to make a friend when you know you'll outlive them?
Exactly how old is Keeley?
I couldn't get her to say, but she talked about the war. The Great War, when the bombs fell, like she'd been there.
Really?
So I'm guessing pretty old. 200 years? Maybe more.
How do Keeley and Hildern get along?
Like a Brahmin and a Deathclaw, though I'm not sure which would be which. Bad analogy, maybe. They're both Deathclaws in their way. Keeley hates Hildern. She says he's more politician than scientist, and gets in the way of true discovery. And Hildern hates Keeley because... well, because every time they meet, she makes him look like an ass. In front of important people, usually.
We already talked about your role. What do you think of Doctor?
The director? He's... very well-spoken, and... knowledgeable.
Ooh, we got speech here. He seemed to focus on results, maybe not so much on people.
He's not what you'd call warm, unless he wants something from you. And even then, it's kind of a
Cold
cold
warm.
warm. Most of the time, I focus on the science and try to forget him. He doesn't get mixed up in any actual work, though he tells people that he does.
25 XP. Does he take credit for your work?
He sure does. Everyone knows
Rude.
it. I've just got to endure this job
happens
until the
in science,
project is
though.
finished. But abandoning Keeley, he crossed a line. Taking credit for other people's work is one thing. Sending people to die in the waste is another. If Hildern tries to recruit any more mercs, I'm gonna warn them. What can he do to me? I'm the only one who can run this lab.
Hildern mentioned the followers of the apocalypse.
My father used to say good things about them, but that was years ago. Back when they teach farmers and ranchers about crop rotation and the like. Nowadays, they've changed. They're doing what they can to discredit the NCR, give us a bad name with the locals. Dr. Hildern trained with them years ago. Not me, though. I'm an OSI girl.
I'm an OSI girl. I hear the food around here is pretty bad.
It's foul, to tell the truth. Most people try to get what they can from the outside, even if it's just a smuggled candy bar now and then. Contreras is a genius. He can find almost anything you want. Takes caps to get him motivated, though. He won't do a thing for free.
Okay. We already asked
Right.
about your role and all that sort of stuff. Okay. Alright, so this bottom area is cleared. Go ahead and make it over here. We gotta go up, I'm sure. I can't believe that they have their own bases in here, but it's pretty much an airport. Pretty much an airport. Anything good in here? Really? Terminals? Nothing? Anything behind here? Nope. Ammo box. Yeah, I'll take microfusion cells. Da 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 da. Get there. Garage door. Okay, so there's a door that we can go into there. What's in the duffel bag? Nothing good. Okay. Let's check over here. And Ronald Curtis. Guess let's talk to him. There's a lot of talking in this this camp here.
Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis.
Yo, what up, Curtis? Oh, this is the guy for the intelligence. Okay. Let's not do that right now.
Is it?
We'll remember that he's down here by the bathrooms. So there's that. Let's take back cigarettes. Why is that in the trash? Like, why would somebody throw that away? Somebody did some business here and was trying to clean it up a little bit. A bunch of tools or whatever. Put them in there. That's all broken. Okay. Let's see what's in this. It's inaccessible. Okay, so we're going up. Checking the escalators. Security to concourse. Dang, this area is big.
Boyd's in there with the prisoner right
Holy
now.
crap, okay.
Boy, is she pissed.
That's the prisoner area. What are you talking about, food shortage? There's all kinds of foods around here. Nuka-Cola sign, pretty cool. Did that say ice cold Nuka-Cola? Interesting. Take all that stuff. Bottle caps. I don't see any Sunset Sarsaparilla bottle caps. What's in here? MP's confiscated goods locked very hard. Aren't going to be able to open that at all. What's going on over there? Cherry bomb in the toilet there? Okay. So that's where the prisoner is at. So those two quests there. What's over here? Concourse. Is this the main NCR base or something? This place is huge. There's all kinds of stuff to go into. Kind of ridiculous. Anybody in here? No. See if there's anything. Nothing really good. If there's anything good in here. I only want like Sunset Sarsaparilla caps. Could take the ones on top of that, but I don't care. Take those because those sell pretty good. About a pack of cigarettes there. Alright, let's go back over here and check this area out. Then we can either do these little quests in here first, or we can go check out the concourse area over there. What's going on over here, gentlemen?
No civilians on. I've got you.
Okay, that's where the thing is. The monorail to get to inside the strip. Let's see. I put a spell on you. Let's go do that. That's just right here. See about the Legion prisoner or whatever.
Boyd's in there with the prisoner. Boyd's in there with the prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed.
Let's do a hard save. Hard save and a quick save.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
Do you need any... Well, let's ask who you are first.
Not big on reading name tags, huh? That's okay. My name is long and difficult to pronounce. Ready for it? It's Boyd. Lieutenant Boyd to my friends. Colonel Shu has me handling the policing duties for the base. I've told him he could make my job a whole lot easier if he would just let me shoot anyone who talks back to me. But you know how colonels can be.
Do you need any help?
Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God centurion of Caesar's Legion recently.
Is that a big deal?
Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion from Caesar on down will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him.
Wow. What do you think it means?
Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
What about a truth drug?
Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice. Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband. But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. Asshole's too valuable.
Have you tried calling him hurtful names? That seems to work, yeah.
Yes, and one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye.
Why don't you just beat the prisoner senseless?
I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There's some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration.
President
But
Tandy!
here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination.
So you want me to do what you can't?
I think if you rough him up enough, and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room, and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
Yeah, let's get started.
That's the
Let's do
spirit.
it.
Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in.
We're gonna try it. Oh, I thought this was a hole in the
Long
wall.
time no see, Silus.
Lieutenant,
It is.
I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
Wait, a vampire,
I
bro?
was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles.
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
No, I want to kill this guy. I'm kidding. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Do I still have my... Oh, I do. We only have one meeting, people. I think we should probably be okay. Bro.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
Uh-oh, now you've made me angry, Attack. I think you're confused. I'm with the excrement right now.
You must have some reason to be in your
Question mark?
line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order.
You must miss giving orders now that all your men are dead.
Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors.
Sounds to me like you were gutless to follow Caesar's orders.
I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room.
That was it?
Is something the matter, Silus? You look upset. Here,
Kinda wanted to
you'd
rough
better
him up
step
for a
out
little bit.
moment. You've upset him.
Get away from me.
Should I have roughed him up a little bit, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Alright.
Your friend is a miserable fucking degenerate.
I don't know. I thought he seemed like a nice guy.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have him torn apart by dogs.
That's a long walk, Silus. I don't think it's gonna happen. You'd better just talk.
Your tactics are a joke.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Both
Yeah.
of you can rot.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
Oh, he misses me. Okay, alright. I'm gonna hit him a couple of times this go.
We don't have anything to discuss, worm.
You sure talked tough for someone who's afraid to die. But I want to know how a coward can attain the rank of Centuron.
Coward.
Question mark.
I've faced
I guess
odds
that means
would
that I
make your
failed.
NCR soldiers wet themselves. I've led charges against men with guns, carrying only my knife. And I can tell you, it was they who feared me. But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught, you can be broken.
If you can't go through with it, you look even weaker. So you are unafraid to cut any throat but your own. Say this one.
You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that. He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is,
Good.
it's affecting his ability to
Migraines,
lead.
probably. Continue listening. Don't you feel better now that you divulged all the state of secrets? Continue listening, yeah.
Time was essential for my mission, but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No.
Really?
He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot.
Well, this probably plays into the leaking NCR intel thing. So who's the operative?
I don't know. I know he sends intelligence by radio in the middle of the night. Sometimes that intelligence would find its way to my Kentary.
A Kentary. I don't believe you. You're lying.
Then you're a fool. That man reports to Caesar on what I do here. The Legion isn't going to take me back. My only hope is to escape and disappear. But if I escape and he reports it, they'll hunt me down as long as I live. It served me to report him as much as it served you.
See, don't you feel better now that you divulge all those state secrets?
I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that.
There we go.
Get away from me.
I just want to see what happens if I do
Get
this.
away from me.
That. Come at me, bro. We're not gonna do that. I just want to see what happens. All right, Captain Curtis. Retrieve your confiscated items. Okay, good. Da, 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 da.
You got something to say, or do you always look like that? You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him.
Kind of wanted to
And
punch
I'm
him, to
a
be
little
honest.
disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission.
It's your fame gang. 322 XP, 300 bottle caps. I like it. I like it.
Yep. See you around.
Da, da, da,
Hello?
da. What's our NCR fame at right now? Is it just accepted? Yeah, it's just accepted. Okay, so now we go talk to
Hello?
Captain Curtis. Was that the guy that was underneath? Yeah, I think that was. Or no, that was the. Was that the intel guy? Yeah, that's the intelligence guy. Okay, cool. Let's wake him up again. What time is it in here? Okay. Midnight, people are sleeping. Yo, bro, we got some important stuff here.
What is it?
What do you do here, first of all?
Officially, I'm in charge of Bravo Company. But since General Oliver has Bravo and most of our forces here garrisoned, I'm free to do other things. So I work with Colonel Shu on logistics, patrols, supply lines, reinforcements, that sort of thing. Lately, it's been less about that, and more about figuring out how that information is getting leaked to raiders. It's a big base with a lot of unhappy soldiers. They get stir-crazy. Hard to separate the malcontents from the actual culprit.
Colonel Sue wanted me to help you look into the recent intelligence leaks.
Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold weeks ago.
Where should I start?
You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes.
We already talked to Boyd.
People like Lieutenant Boyd, or Sergeant Contreras, maybe. Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor.
Who should I talk to about the intelligence
Well,
leaks?
I'll leave that to you.
Okay. Alright, what do you do here? Okay, nothing else there. Alright, so... ask around about suspicious activity. I guess that's the same thing as the intel one thing then. These people are inside or outside? Looks to be inside and outside. Let's go check out the concourse up here first before we go and start doing this. There's also a garage that we can check.